Shalom, family. How's everybody today? Thanks again for taking time to join me today again. Family, I was watching a documentary on the Black Christian Church, and you'd be surprised of how many different views of the Most High they have. Some treat him, like a slot machine or some kind of genie in a bottle. Some really halfway believe that he exists. They just go through the motions. They worship with their mouths, but their heart is far from the Most High. And those are the ones that he's going to say, "Depart from me, I never knew you." You just worshiping with your mouth. And we know that most of us came up in the Christian church, and all you get there is a lot of music playing and a lot of singing and a lot of people dancing all across the floor. And some of the choir singers they got moves just as well as the secular performers do. I mean, some of the dance moves they make, you would see them in a nightclub. But yet, they're worshiping the Most High, And then you have people who are supposed to be slain in the spirit. They fall all on the floor and going into convulsions and all that stuff. And that's not the gospel. And then you go to these churches, you never hear them teaching about the return of the Messiah and the end times. They never, hardly ever touch the book of Daniel or Revelation, to warn people of what's to take place. They want to tell people about some kind of magical rapture, that's going to happen. No, when Mashiach comes, it tells you clearly that every eye going to see him and bow down. So it ain't going to be nothing secret. Okay? He's not going to sneak in here and just zap people up. It's not going to happen. And then when he does gather us up, it's going to be after the tribulation. All you have to do is read. It tells you when he's coming. After the tribulation. But you'd be surprised at how many our people just don't believe it all. They think everything that they accomplish, they did it on their own. And there are a lot of people that kind of go into that Big Bang theory that we're the result of some explosion. And that's really ignorance. There's no explosion going to make people come out in different tongues, different skin tone, different race. I guess a piece of rock fell over here. Okay, I'm gonna be black. Another piece of rock fall over here. Oh well, I think I'll be an elephant. That's ridiculous, family. It's comical, really. There's intelligent life on this earth, and it took an intelligent being to create it. End of story. We're not the result of some cosmic explosion. And when you look at the word Big Bang theory, that's exactly what it is. A theory is not fact. So how do people believe that? This is what somebody supposed happened. or they think happened. It's a theory. It's not been proven. Okay? But we got all the evidence in the world to prove that the Most High exists. An intelligent Elohim that created all these things. We got all the proof in the world. Just look outdoors. You don't have to go no further than there. But we'll go to the scriptures again, and then we'll discuss things that just could not happen by accident. Okay? So first off, let's go to Psalm chapter 139, verse 14 through 16. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest part of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy book of all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. See? Fearfully and wonderfully made. Listen, when you think about the human body, family, it is entirely amazing. There is no amount of money that exists is more enough to pay for a human body. YAHS creation. It is priceless. You cannot put a price on it. It's not enough money in the world to cover just one person. Family, do you know that at the age of 80, your heart will have beat over 2 billion times non-stop? Now, does that sound like the result of some explosion or a muscle, which your heart is a muscle, that can operate that long? And the numbers are really even higher than that. When you take in a person that exercises, you know, the heart rate is up, it beats faster. You know, so that number is just an estimate, really. But just think about that. From the time that you conceive and have a heartbeat, it beats over 2 billion times by the time you reach 80. Now, at my age, it's going to be close to that because, you know, I'm at 74. Just think about that. Man, that's not intelligent creation. That's come from an explosion. You take the human brain. It can store more memory than the internet. You know, the entire internet. You know. You take your immune system. When you're born, your immune system starts to learn. That's why the older you get, the immune system starts learning. Okay, it sees this bacteria or this disease, and then it learns how to fight it. You know, and as your immune system gets older, you know, as you're growing up, then it learns how to fight a number of diseases. It's always learning. The only thing that would hamper your immune system is somebody putting something in it that is not natural. Any natural occurring bacteria, disease, your immune system was designed to fight it off. And when people start putting synthetic material in there, you know, stuff like that, then your immune system has no idea what to do with it. It tries, but it really don't know what to do with it because it's not naturally occurring. Okay? That's why you don't put nothing in your body that's unnatural. Okay? We'll leave it at that. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15, 39 through 40. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there's one kind of flesh of men, and another flesh of beasts, another of fish, and another of birds. Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. See? There are celestial bodies. You know, I guess we can use like angels. They can operate and survive either here in this climate, this atmosphere, also in other atmospheres up in the heavens that we cannot. See, we're terrestrial bodies. You know, we're bound to this earth at a certain atmosphere. If you were to go on a flight in an airplane and something causes that plane to depressurize, you got about 10 seconds to put that oxygen mask on that drops down. Why? We're not meant to, we're celestial, but we're not meant to survive up in the other heavens. Okay? Same thing is in the ocean, you know. We have to have scuba gear or something like that to go and stay up under the water. You know, we cannot, we're not fish. You know, they are a whole different flesh. And on the same point, the fish can't live out of the water. See? So that's just not something that just happens. That was designed. I like to always use another thing to prove it. When you take the geese, where did that intelligence come from? Geese do not have GPS, but they knew where south was before we did. How, when it begins to get cold, they know to fly south and know which way south is. Some of us get lost right now, and using GPS we get turned around. So what intelligence let those birds know at what time of year to start heading south? And in fact, they know to fly in that V formation that you see them flying in. That's just not something they do. It's a reason for that. It's called aerodynamics. It helps cut back the wind resistance when they're flying in that pattern. All right? And after the lead bird done flew for a while, then he'll drop back in the rest of the formation, and another bird takes the lead, because the lead bird encounters most of the wind resistance. So the other bird will have a chance to rest, then another one. That's the reason they do it, man. Now, who taught them that? Did that come from explosion and they are automatically knew to do that? You believe that? I got some beachfront property. I'll sell you in Siberia. I sell it real cheap too. Romans chapter 1, 18 through 23. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of Yah is manifest in them, for Yah has showed it to them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. See? Because that when they knew Elohim, they glorified him not as Elohim, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of uncorruptible Elohim into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. See, men, make their own gods, wood and stone, but they don't acknowledge the Most High, the Creator of all. It's really sad, family. You got preachers teaching that we don't keep the commandments. We know that's a lie. Mashiach told us that if you love me, keep my commandments. And until heaven and earth pass away, not one jot or tittle will be taken from it. But these preachers get, we don't have to keep the commandments now. Yes you do. Yes you do. Most High's law is not going to change. From the time he wrote it in stone to today, it has not changed and it has not went away. But we're saved by our faith and belief in Yahushua. Okay? And if you have faith in him and you believe in him and you follow in his ways, then the law has no effect on you because you're not going to break it. You just like Mashiach, you're not a lawbreaker. So it has no effect on you. We don't have to go around stressing about keeping the law, because we know we're not going to intentionally break it no way. Okay? But you just can't say, I believe in Jesus, and then go on 7 days a week living in sin. Don't work like that. He did not come and die for you to keep sinning. It's just that simple. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. See? He's telling you to keep what's committed to your trust, the word. And don't be worried about this opposition, people with this false doctrine and all that stuff. In this verse, when it say oppositions of science, that's what it's talking about. People that think they got knowledge and stuff, but it's false, or they're teaching false. See, family, we are in a better position than our ancestors, because most of them saw Mashiach, and therefore, because they seen him, they believe. But we haven't seen him, but yet we believe. See? In fact, that's what he said to Thomas. Go to John chapter 20, verse 27 through 29. This is when Mashiach arose and appeared back unto his disciples. I'm going to start at 27. Then said he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. And Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my Elohim. See, Thomas didn't want to believe it. He had to see it to believe it. In verse 29, Mashiach said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. That's us. See, we believe even though we haven't seen him. Okay? And that's saying something, family. We just have to hold on to our belief. Even though we haven't seen, we still believe with all our heart. Okay? That's the key. Let's see what Psalms 53, verse 1 through 3 says. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. Yah looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek Elohim. Every one of them is gone back. They are also become filthy, and there is none that doeth good, no, not one. See, all these people are self-proclaiming atheists and people riding the fence. They don't know whether they want to believe the Most High exists or not. You better get that straight. I got a question, man, of how you would proceed or think. And this is for those who are probably still on the fence or whatever in their belief about the existence of the Most High. Now, what would you rather do? Live your life according to Scripture, according to the commandments. Do all you can do to keep the word, and then you die and find out Elohim, the Most High, don't exist. What have you lost? Nothing. Because as people on this earth, we're supposed to treat each other right. We're not supposed to do wicked. We're not supposed to murder each other. So, if that happens, I'm talking to people who's in doubt, and you die and find out that the Most High don't exist, what have you lost? Absolutely nothing. Now, on the other hand, you live your life like he doesn't exist, being wicked, doing all these things, and you die and you find out that he does. Which is worse? Which is worse? See? And that's why I say I live my life like the Most High is, and I can die and find out that he's not, and I've lost nothing. But on the other hand, you live your life like there is no Elohim, and die and find out he does exist. If I was going to make an error, it'd be in the error of believing that he is. You rest assured that. I know he exists, so I don't need, I don't even need no proof of that. Just me being here on this planet is proof enough for me. When I look around and see creation is proof enough. No man is going to be with the excuse. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. We're in the stages now, family, where people have begun to fall away, and there are going to be a lot more to come. A lot of people, by the millions, are going to fall away. They're going to follow after man. Those that once believed are going to quit believing. And going to these Christian churches is not going to help you in that area. That's going to start you to going more to not believing. See, when the things that they lie about never come true, then the average person don't think, well, it's all lies, the Most High don't exist. When they get up in their little pulpit and tell you if you give this amount of money and that amount of money, you're going to receive this from the Most High, and you've been doing it for 15 years and it never happened. See, those are the people who are prone subjects for the falling away. When you see all these things happening now as we speak, and you don't see the Most High's hand in controlling these things, and well, he must don't exist. Why is he letting this happen to us? Why is this happening? Because you don't see it. Because you're not looking through spiritual eyes. Then you think the Most High couldn't exist for all this stuff to be going on in this world. Well, he already told you it was going to happen. All you looking at is what he's already spoken and prophesied. This was going to happen. When it's time for him to show his hand mightily, I promise you, you won't miss it. But it's a lot of reason where people start doubting the Most High. They go through a certain trial in their life, and it seems like the Most High is 20 million miles away, and he letting you go through this and that. Oh, well, he must don't exist. How can this happen? Well, those are people who are good subjects to fall away. Scripture tell us those that endure to the end shall be saved. Okay? We may have to go through a few things, family. But those trials are not meant to destroy you. It's really meant to build you up in faith and belief and trust in the Most High. That's basically what they're for. Okay? He's not trying to destroy you. He's going to destroy the wicked. He's not trying to destroy his people, the ones that believe. That makes no sense. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. See, after you've been taught about the Most High, Mashiach, and we're freed from the conditions and teachings and doctrines of this world, and then you return back to it, it tells you, your ending is worse than your beginning. Okay? Your ending is going to be worse than it was before you came into the truth. So the best thing I know to do is get people out of, if you got family and relatives still hanging on to the Christian church, they're going to end up not believing because they're not worshiping the same Elohim that we worship. You can tell that by all these award shows and stuff. These rappers and stuff that are constantly bathed in sin of all kinds. Wife swapping, adultery, greed, all this. And the first thing they want to say when they win a war, I want to thank God. Well, which God? Because it couldn't be the one we serve. Which God are you talking about? Our God has a name that we call him. We don't call him God. His name is Yahuwah. He has a name. So I don't know which God y'all thinking. Or I guess the God of this world. That's got to be it. And this is why I say to Christians, y'all not worshiping the same Elohim as we are, because ours commanded us to keep the seventh day as Shabbat. He did not say the first day of the week. Okay? So I don't know who y'all are worshiping on Sunday, but it's certainly not the Most High. You worshiping the God of this world, because this is what the God of this world is in the process of doing right now, is changing the Sabbath and gonna make it a law that you have to worship on Sunday. Well, y'all already doing it, so I guess that law don't apply to y'all too much, because you're already doing it. You're already following man instead of what the Most High said. Do not think because you run in a church every Sunday and you got your Bible under your arm and you watching the preacher prance up and down the stage, hooping and hollering, and everybody just singing and dancing. Do not think that the Most High Yah is in that building. He cannot be, because then he would be violating his own word. And he's not going to do that. He said the Sabbath day is the seventh day. So he's not going to be nowhere near that church on Sunday. It'll be whatever God that y'all are serving. Not Yahuwah. See, whatever God y'all serve, that's the one present. That may anger some people who are still going to these churches. And you look in the scriptures, you not see one time, not once, that Mashiach ever ordered anybody to build a church. They went from city to city. They taught in the mountains. They taught by the seashore. They taught in the streets. They taught everywhere. He did not ever command them go build a church building. Not once. And he certainly didn't name nothing Christianity. That was the Romans come up with that term Christian. Our ancestors never referred to each other as Christian. They either said brother or fellow servant or something of that nature. That's how they referred to each other. They didn't say, hey, Christian brother. No. They fellow servants of the Most High. That's what the angel told John in Revelation when he went to bow down to that angel, and that angel told him, no, see to it that you don't do that. You don't bow down to me. I'm just a fellow servant, as you are. Bow down to the Most High. Worship the Most High. This is what the angel told John. I think he told him that twice in the book of Revelation. Even the angel referred to himself as a fellow servant. See? not Christian. I'm going to read one more here. Ecclesiastes, or a couple. Ecclesiastes 3:18 through 21. I believe that's what it is. I said in my heart concerning the condition of the sons of men, Yah test them, that they may see that they themselves are like animals. For what happens to the sons of men also happens to animals. One thing befalls them. As one dies, so dies the other. Surely, they all have one breath. Man has no advantage over animals, for all is vanity. All go to one place. All are from the dust, and all return to the dust. Who knows the spirit of the sons of men which goes upward, and the spirit of the animal which goes down to the earth? See, we're just like the animals. When we die, we're going back to the dirt. We don't have an advantage over them. All right? Ecclesiastes 8:17. Then I saw all the work of Elohim, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. For though a man labors to discover it, yet he will not find it. Moreover, though a wise man attempts to know it, he will not be able to find it. Family, we can't find out all the knowledge of the Most High. It is not given us yet. Now, maybe when we get into the kingdom, we've shed these flesh bodies, then maybe the Most High will answer all the things that we need to know, okay, at that time. But much as we study, right now, we're still not going to know all the things of the Most High. We're just not. You know, his ways are unsearchable. Scripture tells you that. So we have limited knowledge of the Most High, the things that he needs for us to know in order for us to make it into the kingdom. But we don't know everything. And for somebody to say we're the result of some big bang that happened, that's ludicrous. That's insane. You know, like I say, all the proof you need, just study the human body. It is miraculous. You know, it is miraculous. It knows when to fight. It knows when to run. See, there's much wisdom and knowledge, even from birth, family, if you want to see a miracle. Now, we know that children come through men's seed, right? But that seed is not solid. When it enters into the woman, it's liquefied. But what happens when she begins to fertilize that seed? All of a sudden, it becomes flesh. It becomes bone. Organs form. You know, how can that bone come from something that's liquid? See? It would be stupid. That birth itself is a miracle. And then the wisdom of the newborn when he first comes out his mother's womb. Don't think they don't come with a little bit of wisdom. I tell you what, They learn manipulation from the time they come out. They know how to get what they want. They learn real quick the way to get attention if they feel lonely is to cry. Somebody's going to go and pick them up, and they know this. When they're hungry, they know to cry. They know somebody's going to feed them. Their mother is going to feed them. When they're wet, they know to cry. Somebody's going to pick them up and change them. Now, who taught that newborn that if he cries, he's going to get attention that he's seeking? Nobody. He came out with that knowledge. Oh, well, I'm hungry, so I'm going to cry. Somebody's going to come feed me, watch. I feel a little lonesome. I'm going to cry. So one of these grown-ups going to come and pick me up. See? This is how we spoil them. Because even when they're not crying, we get in the habit of picking them up so much that now you almost have to pick them up, or they'll cry. That's why it's not good to pick up babies when they're not crying. If they're lying, they're peaceful, leave them alone. Because if you just keep going and randomly just all day long picking them up, then they'll get into that, to where they like to be held, and now it's going to be hard for you to put them down. See? But yeah, fresh out the womb, they know how to get what they want, family. And many of you that have children, you know what I'm talking about. They know how to get what they want. And matter of fact, I go so far to say that they know their mother from anybody else. Another woman can pick him up, but trust me, that baby know that's not his mother. He may let you hold it, but he has a bond with his mother. After all, he spent 9 months within her. So it knows its mother. And so all this foolishness about Big Bang and does the Most High exist? That, I mean, you know, somebody come around me with that stuff, I'm going to run them off real quick. Just get on away from me with all that stuff, man. I don't even want to hear it, you know. So that's what I wanted to just say today, family. After hearing all these people, you know, in that documentary, they in doubt about the Most High and being taught things that is not correct about the Most High. And it's just a mess now, you know. And so they would do good to watch this video, I'll tell you that. And get away from these false teachers, you know. Before we go, let's read 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep in the houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with different lusts. Now, when it says silly women, family, just look that up. That means there's women that really doesn't know the truth. When you really look it up, when it says silly, unlearned, so they're easy to be led away. They don't have the knowledge of the truth. And so you can lead anybody away if they don't have the knowledge of the truth, men or women. But that's what it's saying. It's not no knock on women by no means. Okay? It just means unlearn when it says silly. Okay, family. I guess I can end this video right now. You know, and I hope that you share it with other people who are kind of on the fence about the Most High. You know, and get them headed in the right direction. You know, maybe they won't listen right away, but if you've told them, then they will have something to come back to, you know, and remember that will help them. Okay? All right, family, till the next time. Shalom.